Hey, hello, beautiful people. If this is your first time here, welcome. It's wonderful to have you here with me for Kat's message of the day. Before I deep dive into the message, please note that this is a collective group message, so it may not be for you today, and that's okay. Leave it and maybe come back tomorrow. For those of you who this message may resonate with, I'm going to just do a little bit of a warning that this is quite a deep message today. I've done a hell of a lot of writing this morning, hence why it's taken me so long to get this message up. I've actually abbreviated it because I'm going to do a video delving a little bit deeper into this particular message. It needs it. It's definitely one that aligns so deeply with me. It's the way that I coach and work with people, and it's now time to get that up, and maybe this is going to give you a different perspective in which you can look at what's going on with you emotionally, maybe things from the past that you're really still struggling with. Maybe this will give you an answer. Maybe you'll find something from this. Please bear in mind, this is all my perspective and my belief, and I'm just speaking it out loud, speaking my truth in essence. So let's get into the message. I do write it, as you can see, so I am going to read it so I don't miss anything. It's really important. So before I actually get into this message today, I'd love for you to take a breath, and even if you close your eyes, just to really hear the words and see if it triggers anything when I share this message. What from your past still is emotionally impacting you today? You may have seen an expert to assist you to work through whatever pain and your past and the emotional attachment to it. However, you're still finding the hurt, the pain, the trauma, the nightmares is still so strong that you struggle to look past it on a daily basis. Have you asked yourself why? If you've done the work, why is that past either person or event or circumstance or situation still impacting you today in our current day? When you have worked through it, maybe it's the word worked through it. Just maybe there's another couple of steps, meaning there's another bit of work that hasn't actually been done. Firstly, you got to heal that emotional pain, which means discussing how that situation or that person emotionally impacts you. And once you've done that at a conscious level, then you can actually choose to release it. And in essence, my term, throw it out. Get rid of it. Because what I've found with a lot of people, they say that they've worked through it. So they've brought up and they've replayed that whole situation, that event, only for it to get shoved back down into the gut region. Is that what happened to you? So you've discussed it. You've worked through the whole situation by bringing it all up and having to replay it, but only for the emotional attachment to all of that to be shoved back down. Have you only spoke about the event by having to replay it out where it brought back up any painful emotional attachment to the situation or a person? Maybe it's time, and I actually want to take my glasses off for this, and I'm going to say it again. Maybe it's time for you to release the control that that person or that situation has over you emotionally. I'm going to say it again. Maybe it's time for you to consciously choose to release and throw out the control that that person or situation still has over you. That may be hard for some of you to hear, and you may be automatically saying, Kat, you've got no idea what I've been through. That is not that easy. Whatever your thoughts are saying, I've never said in this it's easy. I hope that I can say that this comes from a place of love. And there is things in my past that were very traumatic that I absolutely took this on board. And when I looked at it, I'm actually going to share. I was in a 23-year abusive, volatile relationship. And there are points when once I left that the thoughts weren't too kind towards my ex-husband. They were not kind at all. I was so angry and hurt and actually fearful of him. And I don't know, the only way I can say it is I woke up one day and I shifted my perspective in which the way I looked at it, and I went, holy dooly, what the hell? Why I still hold on to all of that, the fear, the bitterness, the resentment, the hate, the hurt, whatever emotion you're feeling. I went, oh my gosh, why I still hold all that. He still controls me. That was the awakening for me. I left in my mind and my thoughts, I left so I was no longer controlled by him. Physically, I left and I was no longer controlled by him. Guess what? Emotionally, I hadn't left. Emotionally, I was still back there. And that was still controlling my emotional state of being my whole life. And I looked at where I was. I met the man of my dreams, my soulmate, my twin flame. And I went, if I do not choose to take back my control, how can I be 100% in this new relationship? How can I? How can I be really, truly, sincerely 100% happy? I cannot. Why? I'm unbalanced, and part of my emotional state is still connected to that past. That I'm not going to go any further into it, and I've already gone far enough. However, I felt that I needed to explain a couple of things just to get you that clarity on what I'm sharing with you. And it is maybe really hard to swallow what I'm sharing. And absolutely, please contact me if there is something more you want to really discuss or you don't understand what I'm sharing. Please do that absolutely via email or which is caterina@empowercouples.com.au. Right, that is that. And I did say it was deep. So let's move on to the beautiful part, which is if this is your first time here, I also am guided to pull a page from the Daily Guidance Angel book, and also I pull a card from the Healing Oracle deck. Now, I don't know what I've pulled because I do it with my eyes closed, so it's the first time I see it when you see it. So when I get surprised, you know why. Okay, what have I pulled? Daydream. When you let your thoughts actually stop, take a breath, maybe close your eyes just to recenter yourself after that heavy message, just so you can really be present with this message and absorb all the words. When you let your thoughts float as free as kites on a summer breeze, you never know what creative inspiration you'll encounter. So give your imagination a long leash and watch where it takes you today. Great works of art are conceived of during daydreams by people who have the courage to merely observe instead of trying to control their thoughts. Begin by setting an intention and then get quiet and comfortable. Think about a what if scenario where all limits are lifted. Imagine that your greatest dream is realized and continue the story from there. The magic of this process is that you consciously connect to the universal mind, a process that usually occurs by accident. Keep paper and pen nearby so that you can write about your experiences in a daydream journal. Although it's often considered a frivolous activity, you'll find wonderfully down-to-earth instructions, guidance, and answers during each session. Sweet daydreams. Thought for today. I daydream and take a journey to magical places where I experience wondrous adventures and infinite possibilities. I allow myself to wander and grow, breaking free of previous limits. When I let my mind soar, I reach up to heaven and bring it down to earth. From this, what I get is when you release and work through what was in the message and clear the control that someone has over you, whether it be in your mind, in your emotional state. When you do that, and once you do that, then you can daydream. Because as it said in the start, it was let your thoughts float as free as kites on a summer breeze. So it really is allowing you, because right now, what are your thoughts taken up by? Negative or positive? Are they taken up by your past of what's happened, or are they taken up by the future of what's going to happen? What ifs are great, provided they're for the what if with the future. What can you do? What can you achieve? They're great questions to ask, as long as you put answers to them. So out of that negative, that pretty heavy energy for the message that I channeled, what they're saying is the outcome is positive. You can have the life you lead, want to live, so long as you release the control that someone else has over it. Brilliant message. I love that it's a positive one. So what card do we have? No idea. Emergence. I don't know if I think this has come up recently. But as you can see, there's wings, it's free. Emergence. It may feel, before I do this once again, if you want to just close your eyes, take a deep breath. It may feel like you're being thrust into unfamiliar territory, to forces beyond your control. And yet, it is through the events currently unfolding that your true nature emerges. You tap into new reserves of power, confidence, and wisdom. What starts off as daunting and challenging changes, and after a while, all falls into place easily. The end result is a stronger, more confident, and grateful you. Wow. What's just coming through now is the message is the work. So if your life is not going well, if your emotional state is not at a peak, it's actually you're really stressed, anxious, depressed, and I don't even like that word, sad, you're just struggling on a daily basis. This will assist you to find out what it is, Who has control over your emotional state right now? What situation is consuming you? When you find that, then you can begin to daydream. Really decide what you want your life to look like moving forward. You have that because that situation, event, or person no longer has control over your life. You've taken it back. And so now you have the choice through daydream to choose what life you want to live. And this is your outcome. This is your outcome. So it's given you a whole story. And I love when information just keeps coming through and I'm like, yeah, that makes absolute sense. And I want to read a part of this again. Read it. What I'm asking is it may be thrusting you into unfamiliar territory by doing and really reflecting, going, is that person still having control over me? It's unfamiliar and it's uncomfortable. And to go, oh my gosh, yes. And it is beyond your control right now. What's happening to you is beyond your control because you don't have it. That event or that person is holding it. Through the events currently unfolding, meaning the work that you're going to do, your true nature emerges. Your true self will come through and shine. You will all of a sudden find this inner ability to go, oh my gosh, I can do whatever I please. It will take time. I'm not saying it's instantaneous. You tap into new powers, reserves of power, of confidence. Damn straight you will, because you've released that control and you've taken back you. And wisdom. You will gain so much wisdom through doing this and really working and releasing that control. It absolutely will start off feeling it's a daunting and it's a challenging. It's bloody hard. The end result is a stronger, more confident and grateful you. That's the outcome. Isn't that worth it? I'm going to say from my own life experiences and my own life healing and releasing, damn straight. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Absolutely. So please, really look at you and take on board this message and do some work. It's not easy, but remember, you matter. You matter. And it's worth investing in you because you are your most valuable asset. So thank you for spending your time with me today. And I really do hope that some of this may resonate and really assist you on your healing journey to living your best life. So take care, and I hope that you come back and visit me tomorrow.